start your housing search.
Thank God.
Yes, you're going to have 2 forms to sign. Now, in your original eligibility, you would have gotten this packet. You did with the move procedures and all that good stuff. It was a 2. Okay. You read through the booklet, and then you had another document that was white and yellow. That's your move procedures. You kept a copy of the yellow. We had the white. And it just basically says, remind you, do not move into a unit unless it's been inspected and approved, and the rent set, and we have given you a proof slip. Just want to refresh it. So your voucher that you will be signing today is good for 120 days for your housing search. Yes, ma'am. And you're going to sign and date here. There's going to be 2 of these documents because one document is going to be for your record. And today's date is the 27th. Okay? This is the same document. One's going to be for you, one's for us. It's good for 120 days. Name it. Put your name in. I know a lot of our clients get excited. They don't remember some of these documents that we give them. So I had did another one. Do you remember your blue packet?
Yes, I do.
And you still have it?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So with that blue packet that you have, I'm going to go over that too because I always like for you to be refreshed. So once you go out and identify a unit, you and the owner are having a conversation. It's a rental property or a home that you love that you want to lease with that owner. This is what the owner completes. This packet right here is the request for tenancy. You may not remember all of the things I'm saying today, but it's all about the owner. He will fill this document out. One important thing to remember. You don't remember anything else I said? Remember the part that has the black boxes. I always like to remind my clients because at this point, you and the owner are talking. You are both agreeing on who's going to be responsible for the utilities. Gas, light, water, sewer, trash. And then the owner will fill this out. T is for tenant, or it's for owner. And it explains it all across here. Once you both agree and you're good with it, you're fine, then you sign it and date. You don't sign and date before you have a discussion. Okay? So that is all for the voucher. And what I want to do is put this in the packet. Because remember, you got the upfront documents from us already. Okay, you are 1 bedroom, that payment standard. I'm thinking it's $89. I gotta check my budget. Just had a payment. Free. I did. I'm going to say $860. That's about $859. $859. And I can always double check that and call it later. But yes.
Now, most of the houses are they're not. They're 2 bedrooms. Some of them are looking at 825.
Good question. So if the owner's willing to still lease it with you, we will only negotiate a 1 bedroom because you're eligible and certified for a 1 bedroom. So it's called the Housing Choice Voucher Program. It's your choice. But however, just remind the owner because you're going to only show him this voucher. You don't give it to him. You're just showing him that you are receiving assistance from the St. Louis Housing Authority. Of course, this is the packet that he'll fill out, but that you're certified for a 1 bedroom.
So they never put the dollar amount on the voucher so that the
amount we done. Because here's some good things too. Once you identify a unit, and you and the owner both agree, we'll go through rent negotiation. So what they'll do is once he calls in and we negotiate the rent, it's going to go through the 9 different factors. What rent you're requesting, what amenities you're offering, and what the rents are going for in that particular area. Yeah. So So, yeah, not sure.
Sounds good. I'm giving my
Now, it also looks at your income. Okay. So what's affordable? Okay, so income. So once we gather all your income, which we have thus far, once you get ready to get on this list, that's good. Very good. Congratulations.
That's the job I had 15 years ago.
Oh, really?
I had to leave for heart surgery.
Oh,
I'm fine with that.
okay. And you feel okay? That's all that matters. That's all that matters. So what we'll do is we'll verify that. So since you've been working, you start back working, and you get your checks, just please provide us with 3 consecutive checks. If not, you can give us your letter of offer that actually has all of the information on there, the income, with your starting date, your hourly rate, and all that good stuff. Okay? So that helps as well. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, as long as you keep those 2 checks up and that letter on there. Yeah, because if, that works. Because at the time of moving, we would definitely be requesting that information. But the sooner you give it to us, we can always have that system updated in case you find it doing it rather quickly.
Well, I'll do it. Can I call you?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll call you once I have my permit.
Okay.
Now, everything is there. I have the printed version, the digital version.
That's fine.
As long as it gives us what your groceries. So, I won't give you this packet because you already have it. I just want to kind of refresh you on what you have to see. So you can kind of keep it, in your mind, okay, this is what I give to the owner, this is what I keep. I will not move into that unit until it's inspected and approved and rent set. And anytime you forget or can't remember some of the instructions, feel free to call us. Okay? This is yours.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Congratulations. And we wish you well on your housing search, and we wish you great and good health.
Thank you so much.
You got it. Oh, okay. Nice meeting you.
Alana Green, Executive Director of the St. Louis Housing Authority.
Art Waller, Director of Operations, St. Louis Housing Authority.
It's just one small part of that matrix, isn't it?
Yes, well, with Section 8, or the Housing Choice Voucher Program is what it's kind of formally called, they receive a voucher to assist them with rent on kind of the local market. So they actually can work with an individual landlord and use the voucher at a place of their choice.
And Art, it takes a long time to get a voucher. Kim has actually been waiting 14 years, and she's been in 2 different waiting lines. And why does it take so long?
Well, it depends on the number of applicants that we get. When we opened the waiting list back in 2014, we had over 30,000 applicants. So we have to serve the folks that's at the top of the waiting list. So folks at the top of the list may not wait as long. They may wait a year until we get to them. So we're required by law to move through the waiting list as quickly as we can. Unfortunately, with so many voucher applicants and a relatively small amount of vouchers, we have about 6,700 for the entire city. So it depends on where you are on the waiting list and how many folks are ahead of you and the amount of turnover that we may have in the program. So, 7 years is not unusual. It's unfortunate, but it's not unusual.
How do you decide who's at the top of the list and who's at the bottom?
Well, we establish preferences, and folks may claim a certain preference. If you're homeless, if you're paying more than 50% of your income for rent, if you're being displaced, then those are preferences that one can qualify for. We have to verify all those preferences. In other words, if we select you based on the preferences that you claimed, we have to verify those preferences. And if you can't verify those preferences, then we'll move you to the back of the waiting list and take the next person.
Now, let's just say you're a good citizen and everything checks out. Is there still some priority given? For instance, Kim is 53 years old. She is single, living alone, and she has a disability. Does that move her higher on the list or lower?
Well, if you have a disability, that can move you higher on the list. Single persons are typically a lower priority because the program is designed to assist families and people with disabilities. So she may qualify for a disability preference, but if there's someone ahead of her that has more preferences, then she'll be placed lower on the list, and it'll take us a long time to get to.
I see. Why do you think that people with family or with families should get preference over people like Kim? Or it's really not up to you, is it? It's how the rules are set, right?
Rule.
Yes.
Exactly. The program was designed to assist families.
Family more so. Okay, I gotcha. And as I understand it, Alana, maybe it's a question for you. She can take that voucher and live in St. Louis City or county, but I understand if you wait a year, you can then use your voucher anywhere in Missouri or anywhere in the country?
Anywhere in the country.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, there's a portability process where she can take that voucher and port to another city.
And is this voucher good for the rest of her life? In other words, if she says, okay, I'm going to live in the city for a while, but then I want to move to Arkansas, can she do that
It's
5 years
income-based.
from now?
Yeah, it's based on income. As long as her income qualifies and she goes through the certification process every year and is in good standing with the program, it's indefinite.
Oh, so you have to prove to the Housing Authority and the government that every single year that you're still qualifying?
Generally, yes.
Yeah, income is the primary determinant of eligibility. As long as you continue to meet that income requirement, then you're able to remain on the program.
As you see people come in and get their certificates after waiting sometimes for many years, how do they react? Is it a big deal for them? Do they celebrate? Or is it like as fun as going to the DMV, right?
No, I think absolutely, especially during the pandemic where people are losing income. It's really important that we have these opportunities, and it's an exciting time for people.
And Alana, you were mentioning before that there are many landlords that weren't necessarily interested in participating in the Section 8 program, but with the onset of COVID, this is sort of a guaranteed income. Rent is guaranteed to be paid.
Absolutely. So we don't have a moratorium on evictions for our funding. So we definitely fund all of the landlords on a regular basis.
And so are you finding, not only is there a rush from people who want to be in Section 8, but is there now a rush of landlords wanting to participate?
I'm not sure about that, but I have heard that this has definitely been an advantage for our current landlords.
Gotcha. Okay. Anything you guys want to add? Anything I forgot to ask that I should have asked?
Just that we appreciate you coming over and kind of spotlighting the program, especially because we're so active lately with doing all of the eligibility sessions. I think it's a good story to tell.
Yeah. Okay, well, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Okay, I need to tell us very briefly your story, the journey towards getting this voucher. When did it start?
My initial application was 2011. Somehow, though, that one didn't go through, and I reapplied in 2014. So since July of 2014, I've been waiting on this voucher and the opportunity to move out of the facility that I am now in.
And why on earth would you want to move out of the facility you're now in?
Gun violence, crime, the bullet through my apartment. It's just too much violence. There's no sense of peace anymore. When I first got there, because it had just been remodeled and brand new people were moving in, it was okay. But 6 months down the line, it changed, and it has gotten progressively worse since that time.
Yeah, and we're talking about the Preservation Square
Yes,
neighborhood,
Yes.
which is subsidized housing.
yes,
Yeah, but-
correct.
Now, this voucher gives you a chance to live almost anywhere in the city or county.
Right, anywhere within the St. Louis City or St. Louis County, I can take this voucher and hopefully apply to live in a house. I would prefer to live in a house than to live in another apartment. I don't want to share walls with anyone anymore. I've overheard way too many conversations, way too many fights. So I would prefer to be in a single family home, and hopefully this voucher will allow me to be able to do that.
So it's like a golden ticket for you.
Exactly, yes.
Yeah. So what are your emotions? What are you feeling at this point?
I'm really elated at this point right now. I know I'm one of those somber type people, so I don't show it as well, but I'm completely elated. And I've already started searching on the internet, writing down possibilities. So right now I'm writing in the 63114 zip code just to see what's available, since that's the same zip code my father lives in.
Oh, and where is that?
That's Overland.
Oh, near it's
yeah,
it's in the county.
You're right. It's Overland, St. Anne, right in that area. Yeah.
And when you talk about the amenities, what kind of home do you want? What are you looking for?
Preferably a brick home with a nice basement, a window in the bathroom, someplace I can put a washer and a dryer, and have a yard that I can possibly garden in. It'll be container gardening because I don't own the place, but I would like to garden. Yeah.
And it only took 10 years to get to this point.
Exactly. And yeah, it feels like forever.
Yeah.
It feels like forever.